Alright, I'm going to go over how to create the portfolio pages. So let's just dive right in. So the first thing we're going to do is create a page. And I'm actually going to call this one, let's call this one photography actually. And then I'm going to create a second page as well. But for now, we'll call it photography. And let's go under page attributes, and you can just pick one of the portfolio layouts. They all work the same, it's just whether you want a different count and sidebar. So let's go ahead and start with portfolio 4 column, and we'll click update. And then I'm going to create a second one, and let's call this one video games, and we'll pick the 2 column layout with a sidebar. So go ahead and publish that. So we're going to come back to these pages, but I'm going to go ahead and add this to our menu so I can easily access it. I'm just removing some pages real quick. So we now added it to our menu, and if we go to them, we don't have any posts, so they'll just be blank. But to add portfolio items, we have a custom post type of portfolio, and there's 2 things. You can add a portfolio and a type. Let's go ahead and add some types. And I have 2 in here. I'm just going to delete them and add 2 more for our example's sake. So I'm going to call the first one, let's call them photos, add it, and then we'll call the next one games and add it. And let's go ahead and start adding some portfolio items now. So we'll just click add new, and it's exactly like a blog post except for you have a couple extra items like video link and embed code. And if you wanted a link to another page, but let's go ahead and just call this one photo 1, and we'll upload a photo. And I actually have some sample portfolio items that I'm going to drag in here, and we're going to use as a featured image just like our blog. You click use as featured image, it'll pop down here. We can add some text, and we'll publish this. And you'll notice that it's not showing up on any of these 2 pages that we have, photography or video games. And that's because we have to assign it to a type. So let's go ahead and assign it to photos. And then there's one last step, and that's under pages. We go to photography, and we need to select the proper type. So this only shows up if you have types to choose from. So we'll go under photos, and we'll update this. And now our photography page will display all of the photos from that type. And then we'll do the same to our video games. We'll select games or whatever type you want, and we'll update that. And now any video game post will get pulled into here. So let's go ahead and add a video game post. So I'll call this one video game example. And we'll select games. And then I'll upload, a photo. And this one these are just sample images. It has nothing related to photo or video games. But we're clicking use as featured image, and we'll click publish. And once we've published it, it'll show up. And one thing that I need to go over real quick is you notice how there's some text goes here. If I if I go to that post, photo 1, that's the text that ends up here. But if you actually have a ton of text, so let me just paste a whole bunch of text, it'll actually get pulled onto the index like this, and then cut off after X number of characters. I believe it's 50 words. And the proper way of doing that is actually using the excerpt. So we can go short descript goes here, and we'll update that, and now that's the only thing that's going to get pulled in to right there. And then when we actually visit the post, all the text displays under here. So that's just kind of a thing that you can look over if you end up just going over it. It's excerpt, and it's going to show up right there. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this video with adding some more products. But for now, you can see we can have unlimited possibilities of portfolios, and they're all you just select them and add a type.